Hi guys, it is Wednesday, June 7th, and I wanted to share a few thoughts with you today. Number one, I'm walking around New York. I live in Long Island, and there's smoke everywhere, and people are wearing these again, double, triple, and I'm like trying to deal with that trigger and understand that it's a different consciousness. God is showing us who's still afraid, who still lives in fear. And who isn't. I think, thankfully, I see the majority of people not wearing these. But I watched a video today that I'm going to share to my Telegram channel. It was really good. It was saying that it's not our job to micromanage anyone's journey. And if that's the path they're choosing, the path of fear, it's not going to be compatible with where planet Earth is going, with the age of redemption, with the Amos Mashiach. So these are the refinements available to us right now to really see where your fears are, where your triggers are, and work on them. This is like the fine tuning of the last few moments that we all can improve our character, that we all can upgrade and elevate. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. That's what the smoke has come to teach me, at least, is that it's just another level of disclosure of where people are revealing what's inside of them on the outside again. And we can choose to have compassion for them and understand that they still have a chance to evolve. Everybody does. It's not going to be too late for anybody, and every soul is on its own journey. All we can do is send them love, be the light, be the guidance, the best we can be. Look at them in the eyes, smile at them as we walk down the street. As much as we might want to punch them in the face, resist that urge. Secondly, I want to talk about something that has shifted in myself, in my relationship with my husband. So I'm a dentist. I went to dental school. I hustled. I had 4 babies later in school, in residency. I've always been in survival mode. I've always been a go-getter. I've always been in my masculine energy my whole life. And I carried it into my home, where I would be micromanaging my husband, where I had to look inside myself. If I wanted changes in my husband, I had to do, Terry Real calls it a seesaw, where you can't really change the other partner, but you can change you in the seesaw. If you know how seesaws work. If you jump a certain way, if you go down, the other person has no choice but to change. And I saw that when I changed my masculine vibe inside the marriage, my husband stepped into his masculine role, because I didn't leave room for him to do that. And the manifestation example that I could give you guys is that I always wanted him to plan dates and to plan trips, and he never did any of that stuff. And anytime we went away, it was because I was like begging and pushing and planning and doing all the stuff. And so I felt the feeling of what it would feel like to have my husband. This is how I invite manifestations into my life. I felt the feeling of how it would feel for my husband to deliver, delight, surprise me, plan everything, lead the way. And then I found myself just appreciating, being in the energy of appreciation, being in the energy of whatever he gives me is going to be good, and I'm going to be thankful, and not like questioning him, not having any criticism, not just being like, thank you for every little thing that he does. And dude, it changes. I'm here to tell you, if you're in your masculine, if you look at yourself, for the women out there, look at yourself. And if the other way around, if you're the man in the relationship and your husband and your wife is too strong in her feminine, step into your masculine, and she will have no choice to either fight you or to change. And it's energy work is real. Energy work is the most real work you could do. And then even better is that I realized that when I change my relationship to my husband, it's the prototype. It's the practice. It is the costume. What's that word I'm looking for? It's like the trial run for the relationship with God. Why do you think God gave us other human beings? So we could understand how to have a relationship with Him. We try it out on other people. And then we can use whatever we learn in relationship with other people in relationship with God. So now I can make my energy feminine towards God and the receptive mode, meaning I don't have to micromanage God. I don't have to plan everything. I could sit back, see what my day brings me, see what he wants to deliver to me, to delight me with. That is a beautiful shift that I learned in my marriage, and I extrapolated to my relationship with God. And now it's like I just let the road come up to meet me and see what my day offers me, instead of being in seeking mode. I'm in like, okay, God, what you got for me today? And he surprises me. He's planning, just like my husband planned the vacation, every detail, where we were going to eat. We went scuba diving, salsa dancing, everything I've ever wanted to do, he delivered. What was the other thing we did? Scuba diving we went, salsa dancing. There was one other thing he surprised me with. And it was magnificent. And the same thing with God is if you lean back in the relationship, and this goes for men too, because men are supposed to be the feminine to God's masculine. This is what I've learned in Kabbalah. This is what I learned in ancient mystic Judaism. That men, this is my friend Ani taught me this also, that the XX chromosome and the XY chromosome. The XX is we're supposed to be the feminine to God's masculine, and then take the same feminine and reflect it out into the world. And men are supposed to be the receiving from God, the feminine to God, and then go out in the world with a masculine energy. So that's a little tricky. We have to learn how to switch gears, all of us. But when the more I'm in the receptive mode with God and with my husband, the more I can be in my feminine, the more I have my feminine strength, and the more I can enjoy and be sensual and be nurturing and be all the things that our society has stripped away from the women. We have to bring it back. This is big geula work. This is big divine feminine. This is when the moon comes back in the full strength. The full glory of the moon will shine again. That's biblical prophecy, that the moon had to reduce herself when she was competing with the sun, but God said in the time of redemption, the divine feminine will come back. The moon will come back to its fullest glory. And that is where we're heading. All of us. What did my husband do? That third thing we did? Damn, I can't remember, but it was good. We had a great time, and I hope you can take some of my lessons and use them in your own life. I love you guys. Have a great day.